video, I'm going to tell you some of the ways you can be able to get profits out of your 100 birds. Now, so many people love starting small, and it is very important to start small, basically to learn and be able to gain experience, so that when you start your bigger farm, you're able to manage. So in this video, I'm giving you a few ways that can help you be able to get profit on your farm. If you are watching me for the very first time, my name is Asperia. I'm a very passionate poultry farmer. You can subscribe to my channel and you will learn. Now, we always advise people that if you have to start a poultry farm, you have to start small. And it doesn't matter how many birds you are starting with. Just know that you can start small and still get profit. But then you're going to make profit also depending on the number of the birds that you have. So if you have 100 layers, it's a very good start. If you maximize the things properly, you can be able to get some good profit out of them. The very first thing you're going to do for me, you're going to buy birds at day one. Now, if you buy birds at day one, that means you have bought them at a cheaper price. And then you have an advantage of you're going to brood the birds yourself. You're going to feed the birds from day one. Remember, what you do at a day one from the first weeks of the birds determines the production at the end of the day. So unlike people who like they fear buying day one birds, and they prefer those ones that have made a month because they fear the risks that really happen during brooding. But I would always advise a farmer to begin from day one, because there you're sure that you're feeding your birds at the right time, right meals, you have vaccinated them fully, you are sure you have really done well. Because someone can brood for you the birds and compromise and feed them wrong feeds, and they do not produce according to how you expect them to produce. So having your birds from day one makes you sure that I have done the things very well. And again, you buy them at relatively a cheaper price compared to those ones at 1 month. So when you buy them there, just know that you are on your way to maximize your profits. Secondly, you're going to learn how to vaccinate your birds yourself. Now, vaccination is very crucial and very key in poultry farming. Now, so many people do not want to vaccinate their birds because they think the birds are healthy, they look good. After all, the diseases are not there. So in the long run, when an outbreak comes, you find you have lost the entire farm because you did not vaccinate. Now, vaccination does not hinder diseases from coming on your farm, but it reduces the rate at which the birds are supposed to die, because the birds have already developed a very good immunity out of vaccination. So it helps you not to lose your birds like if you have not vaccinated. Number 3, you're going to learn how to mix feeds yourself. Now, when you buy feeds that are mixed, they are really good, but then you find that they are very expensive. And then on the other hand, there are so many chances that those feeds can be compromised. Because why not? So many people are into business of feeds with many intentions. No one cares whether your farm is going to thrive or not. It is you, the person who has taken a risk to make this farm, that has a heart of your farm. So other people are also doing their businesses. So you don't know whether this person is using a right concentrate or an expired concentrate. You don't know whether they are using a really good maize or the maize with aflatoxins. You don't have any idea. So learning how to mix feeds yourself will give you an assurance that yes, my birds are eating right meals, and they're also eating right nutrients and right feeds as they're supposed to eat. Because with these birds, if you do not feed them rightly, they're not going to produce rightly as well. With the birds, if you do not give them what they want, they will not give you what you want as well. So make sure you learn how to mix the feeds yourself, and then that is going to, one, reduce the cost of production. Because if a kilo of mixed feeds is at 3,000 Uganda shillings, when you mix it, you're going to find it at 1,500, which is way more cheaper compared to when you buy the feeds that are already mixed. then number 4, you're going to reduce on the cost of labor. If you have a few birds, why would you need an extra laborer? Some of these things in the farm you can do them yourself, or then you get someone to be helping you, maybe to mix the feeds or to do some few things at the farm, but then you do the general care of the farm. In that way, the money that you will be spending outside giving the person to do the work is saved and is put back into your bank account, and it remains as part of your profits. And then another thing that you will do, you are going to feed these birds very well. There are so many people who do not measure feeds when they are going to give their birds. You find that 100 birds, in actual sense, they are supposed to eat 12 kilograms per day. That means in the morning you give them 6, in the evening you give them 6. But because people have a lot of feeds and they have a belief that you have to overfeed these birds very well, so they give feeds more than what they're supposed to give. So you find that if the birds are supposed to eat 100 kilograms in maybe a week, you find that it's not making a week because they're overeating. You're giving them 20 kilograms per day, which is too much, and that enters your pocket. So make sure you have a weighing scale. You weigh for these birds. Now, those birds will always look hungry. You will give them feeds, they will eat and still look at you. So but if you have been sure that you have measured properly, that each bird is supposed to eat around 120 grams. So if you have given them, just sit and relax as they grow. Wait for them to start producing. And in that way, you're going to cut the cost of production. Then another thing, make sure you handle biosecurity. Biosecurity is very important because now you're going to reduce the risk of disease on the farm. If you do not honor or observe the biosecurity measures at the farm, your birds are going to fall sick each and every time because the unnecessary guests are going to enter and you have no idea where they're coming from. Some of them have diseases, some of them have chicken, and then wild birds are also going to have access to your farm. People are just going to come and touch the birds and they will introduce diseases. Now when you have biosecurity measures in control, it hinders those other avoidable illnesses from the farm. You have the foot bath where you disinfect yourself before entering the poultry house. You have the hand sanitizer or soap before you handle the birds or the feeds. You make sure that everything is under control. That is going to cut that is going to cut down the money that you will spend into treating these sick birds. And so, yeah, when you do all other things, you cut down the costs and then you'll be able to make profits. And then when the birds start production, make sure you have market ready for your products. Now, if 100 birds, all of them survive, you are expected to get some good profit out of them. Now, because at least there are 90 out of them are going to lay eggs. Now, not all of them will lay eggs. Some of them do not lay. So at least they are expected to lay at least 90%. So 90 birds, which means those are 3 trays of eggs per day. Now that means in a day you have to make sure that they eat enough. If you're giving them feeds 12 kilograms per day, then that means that they should be eating at least something like 20,000. So you make sure you cut the cost of production. Once you cut the cost of production, you're going to maximize profit. You find that you're getting at least profits per day. So be very careful on your farm. Make sure that everything counts. Whatever coin you release, it should count in your farm. So I believe you found something helpful in the video, and if that is so, please like the video, share it, and do not forget to subscribe.